let's see if we can switch in. So please do let me know if the audio is too, the background is, the music is too high or too low, or I'm too loud, too quiet, whatever. So hopefully this will be quite a quick map, quite useful, a bit multi-purpose. I mean, I don't know what it's going to be yet, but even so. I've got it in my head that some kind of smuggler's cave. So I've built up a cave just as a not a template, just as a starting block. The size of this cave is 20 by 20, so the map, because it has a small margin around the side, would be 22 by 22. But what I'm thinking, if you're a smuggler and you've got a little cave system that you can work your way into, just to keep everyone else sneaky and, you know, keep it all under wraps, what you'd probably have is a bit of a waterway. And I'm thinking some kind of a platform on the outside leading into a cave where you can stash all of your ill-gotten whatevers, your stolen stuff, your smuggled stuff, and keeping it quite simple and basic, because a lot of maps over the course of the last, God, how long have I been doing this? 2 years in June, something like that. It's a lot of fun, but burnout is a bit of a risk, and it has been a bit for a while. So I'm looking to make some more simple maps, some more multi-use maps, keep Tuesday maps a bit more basic, simple encounter, and save all the fun stuff. Not the fun stuff, but you know, the slightly more detailed and unusual stuff for a Saturday. So Tuesday's a bit of a nice simple encounter. Saturdays, whatever else, you know, a shop, a building, a map pack, encounter pack, something, building pack, something like that. But that way my brain is not going to explode, which, I mean, it could. So in that vein, I'm thinking a nice smuggler's cave, a little complex. I've got no idea where this is going to go, but hopefully it won't take too long, and by the end of it I should be able to at least export and give everyone hanging out and, you know, having a bit of a chill, give everyone a copy of the maps, and we'll see what's going on. So first off, we've got a whole big cave system, a waterway. I'm thinking at the bottom, some sort of waterway for it to for you to be able to sail in on. So we'll chuck the water level. We'll give it a bit of a water level. That's, I'll tell you what we'll do. Flatten it down, make it a bit quicker. There we go. Going to make that a bit deeper as well. We'll put the grid on so that we can see what sort of size we're dealing with, but we will make this on the deeper side. Bring it down. There we go. Because if we get it deep, we can chuck a couple of damaged boats to the bottom or similar. Take the grid off. We've got a little waterway. As you can see, the cliff, because we've dropped the water level down, the cliff is quite high. So I'm using Dungeon Alchemist for this map, as I do with all my maps since about June 2022. It's a very, very good map maker, very handy, very powerful. I really don't. Oh, yeah, Vanya, because what's this I hear about? You don't like making steps. Maybe you should try some in your smuggler. Alright. Look, fair. I will. I hate making steps. There's some people that are fantastic at terrain. Some people that are good at building. Some people are good at everything. I am no good at terrain. I need hide and lass. Or random ladybird. Or you. Or basically anyone. to do the terrain. Alright. So... God. We've got a waterway. Now if someone's coming in here from the side on a boat, you don't want it to be too obvious that there's a little set of steps or something similar. So what we'll do, as we go through here, we'll just get a little dip in there. So as you come through, if you're coming through from one direction, not Harry Styles, if you're coming through from this direction, you can kind of see where, where everything's, oh God, my chair's going all over the place. Yeah, so that it's a bit more secluded. So we've got a little indentation here. Good. That's where the boats will... If we just stick a boat down at the moment... Not a boast. Not a boat. If I could learn to spell, that'd be magnificent. Alright, little boat. So if we've got a little boat here... I'm just going to chuck a token on. This is Sherlock Bones, one of the NPCs of my campaign. Yeah, I mean, you can see there's a bit of a dip there, but it's just a way through. Okay. He's underwater. Don't like that. So what I'm thinking is, if we raise the cave area just at this side, so that we've got passageway. Ooh, hello. So we've got a passageway that the boat is going to be coming through. If we look at that on how it'll look from a map kind of angle, let's get it a bit less uniform. There we go. So as you're coming in, there we go. That's a bit more natural. Got a nice indentation. Maybe not that bit. Okay, so a cave. How big would the cave be? If we've got, I suppose the question is, what's it going to be used for? If we've got some sort of cave that people are sailing down, is it somewhere to drop things off and leave them temporarily? Is it connected to somewhere on the mainland or, above? Perhaps both. Perhaps we've got a cave just for dropping things off, but also a way for people to come down. It's a drop-off point. And then people from, I don't know, maybe it leads up into a pub or something similar. idea. So, okay. Let's carve ourselves a little bit of a cave. So if you're coming round here, you've got little wall, a bit of wall to get through, and then work your way. A bit of a hidden entrance. It's not very hidden, it's a massive great hole, but you know. So if we come up and we have a little drop off area. Put the grid on so that we can see what's going on at least. We'll get rid of that massive hole in the middle. A small drop-off point. Perhaps if we can turn this into a room, we can add a hidden, a secret doorway leading out into a larger. Let's make the brush a bit larger so that it's not a really narrow passageway. If we lead it out to a room where people can, if there's a shipment coming in, you're probably going to want someone there to meet it, right? So we've got a room. Oh my god, it's full of stalactites or stalagmites. Tights hang down, stalagmites, so they're sticking up. We've got a room full of those, which we'll get rid of because, come on now. We can have a little room for people to rest up, leading to a big a ladder or a set of stairs, something along those lines. Okay, so it's quite basic at the moment. Let's get rid of the of that fella. So we're going to want to make this into a small storage room so that we can have a secret entrance coming off of it. A secret bookcase, secret door, something along those lines. So what we'll do is we will make a little storage room. Going to take it off of automating all of this. Not an organic room. Going to use a normal room. Don't allow it to put any of these in because we're going to do this from scratch. Okay, so we'll have a little room in. Ooh, thinking about it, you could have a hidden doorway leading into it as well. Sneaky. Well, let's see what comes up. A room. What a surprise. So we'll raise the cave area around it so that it's not weirdly kind of dug out of the cave wall. There we go. Making sure to leave space for the actual entrance. Carve this around, fill it in, fill this, fill it in, because we'll cut through that as well. Lovely. So, the entrance, how big is the door? Okay, we need a bit more space for the door. We can't actually get in there. Squish, squish. Just chuck a token in and see what's what. Oh, right, that's a very narrow squish. But there's a nice door. Excellent. Huh, look at Sherlock Bones stood on the top of everything. All right. So. I'm never a fan of the walls not coming all the way up, but That's just my own personal thing. Okay, we'll add in chuck a little area for not necessarily a bedroom, but we'll link it in. I'm going to bring the cave area up and around so that it fits in a bit more like it's been carved out of the rock. This exit will be just in the rock. There we go. Ooh, we can always mess around with that. Marvellous. And we will get rid of any of the weird rocks and stalagmitides that it's decided to chuck in. Is that a massive boulder in the way? No, it's just the rock. That's fine then. So, we've got our little entrance. Probably going to want to carve that slightly more just at the edge so that people can get through. That's very handy. Right, so secret doors. We have a number of secret doors that I think some of them are classified as walls. Search the word secret. Nope. Search the word secret. Yes. So, secret room. If we chuck in... Now the thing we need to make sure with this is that it fits with the rest of the walls in the room. So we've got a secret bookcase here which works absolutely fine for going from one to the other. That's fine. But if you just saw a random wooden wall in the middle of a cave, you're going to be a bit sus. I mean, you're going to be a bit sus if it's, you know, if it's a one of these. Stone, that's the word. Good job, me. But, you know, maybe slightly less iffy. That blends in slightly more. So we'll get the wall. We'll try and find a matching wall for this. What is it? Grey stone bricks. Grey stone bricks. Like that. There we go. Lovely jubbly. Fill it in. Okay, the internals don't need to be grey stone. I don't know why I did that. But they do kind of need to match this hidden one here. So a bit posh for a smuggler's cave. What have we got? There we go. Loose wooden panel. Now that door is fine, staying as it is. All we need is to make sure it's tucked away from the outside. Lovely. Good. So, we've already got, let's take the grid off. We've already got a little entrance and some sort of little door, bedroom-y type thing. Good. Is that going to look weird if I take this down? If that's the door. The door doesn't need to be perfectly aligned. Alright, but not completely covered up. Good job. Well done, me. Silly boy. Right, we'll work with that for the moment. We've got a bit of a... Ooh, what's happened to the cave there? And thrice Right, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this over, put the hidden door there, and then cover up this wall. Because just a random piece of wall is, you know, a bit weird. There we go. So we've now got a small entrance that leads to a hidden door. Perfect. Absolutely grand. Now, if I was going to keep this as the kind of map that you use a lot of first person views, I'd probably cover that with this area with a rock to disguise it, but if I put a rock over there, it's going to mess with not line of sight, wall data, door data, and also it'll look a bit weird. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep it simple. Storage room. That's a massive storage room. Alright. Storage room's bigger than the bedroom. Alright. Let's maybe just take that down a little bit, because come on now. Splodge. Splodge. And a little bit higher. Up we go. Down we go. Ha ha. Fill in the cave. Uh-oh. Alright. Good. Carve that bit back out. You're going to need your players to at least go down there in single file. Let's give them a little bit more room. Okay. That's fine. If they can't get down through there, then gaseous form. I don't know. So we have a small storage area as soon as you come into the cave. What are you going to store? I suppose whatever you like. There's a bookcase there, so a single bookcase on its own looks a bit suspect. So possibly, if we have another one next to it. Oh, alright then. Let's try sinking it into the wall a bit so that it's not quite so conspicuous, because it's very chunky. We're going to break the Z-axis so that we can push it back. Alright, what's that like? Less conspicuous. Good. And there's an old bookcase available, which... yeah, it's... we'll try... oh, hello. There we go. Look, if we get the... if we get an old bookcase there... I mean, if they're depositing things, they're just going to be dumping stuff, really, aren't they? There we go. This is the area where, if it was Skyrim, you might as well no-clip through the door and skip straight to the boss fight, because that'll save you going through 500,000 years of dungeon. Good. So, random thing storage, a couple of bookshelves, one of which is clearly a dodgy. Dirty Rollers. Welcome. Sack and Vaniakos, the Cool Builders Club. Yeah, we got badges and everything. Pick up a badge on the table. You can join us. Okay, so a little area to... I suppose it would just be storage. So we're just going to bung some crates there ready. Because people are going to be in and out. Chuck an old crate. A couple of barrels. Old barrel maybe. Cluttered barrel, that would be nice. Someone's had a drink. It's going well this end. How are things with you? Thank you for asking. There's one thing I've noticed. Oh no, I haven't. No, ignore that. I always thought that those sunk through the barrel. Nope. Just my brain. Going stupid. Right, these are a bit nondescript and blah. So, what can we put in here? We can put some explosives. Everyone loves explosives. Haha. Yes. Ready to ruin everyone's day. Alright, I can't imagine there's going to be a nice flooring. Oh, that... Yeah, the... Finishing up a Fey map at the moment. Would love that next update to hit like tomorrow. Oh, wouldn't it be magnificent? The Feywild biome. I have dumped an entire... skipped an entire buildings pack just so I can wait for that, because that's going to be fantastic. So, let's have a little shelf for people to put stuff. Everyone likes stuff. We need a shelf. Everyone loves a shelf. And what we'll do, we'll put 2 shelves on and we'll drop one down. I love the look of the crystal brush. Oh, that's going to be so nice. Alright, so wires. Can we... there we go, stick it to the wall. Put one above there. We're going to want some space for some lights as well. I wonder if there's any other biomes as well as the Feywild one. I don't think we've seen any teasers for others, but it'd be nice. Alright, a couple of shelves. Bung a bag. Can we have small little bags? There we go. Obviously don't want it to get in the way of the secret passageway, so we'll shrink these down a bit. Couple on there. So, what are people going to need in this room? Emergency weapon of some kind. Just the idea of just keeping a massive great morning star. There we go. As much as I'm looking forward to the levels and round diagonal walls, be 100% okay with them releasing this as another 2-part update. Yeah, it's just been a while since an update, but this one does look to be absolutely massive. I'm looking forward to being able to create things with round walls, or the idea of actually being able to have a wizard's tower, a proper wizard's tower with a knob on the end. There we go, a couple of weapons, just in case people pop in who aren't supposed to. So we've got some crates. What we need is a little box crate. This is one of my favourite assets. I love this box. I'm glad that this was part of the variant challenge. And we're going to fill it with... One thing I always like to do with this box, just to bulk it out a bit, is to stick a pillow in there. Because then we can put other things on top and it looks a bit more full. Why am I putting moss in there? Possibly gold nuggets. Drop a couple of gold nuggets. Yeah, it'll be nice to be able to make things a lot less clean. The big thing with... I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use a cutting board. I could just raise everything up, but lazy. That's the one I want. The one that I want. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Bring you up to about there. Okay, so rope. Yeah, I'd like a lot more kind of dungeon dross, kind of dirt and muck, bits of torn paper, bits of this, bits of that, things that would just kind of help make the place look a bit more lived in. Some clothing, some cloth, general scatter and kind of detritus. You can try your best with various things, but you know, there's some fantastic what's he called it? Is he called the collection Dungeon Dross? Something like that. They're fantastic. There's bits of rusty metal. It's be really handy for someone making some kind of Fallout post-apocalyptic kind of thing, or steampunk. There's cogwheels and rusty bits of this and nails. Speaking of which, let's get some. Oh yeah, there's some really good, like leaf litter. I've got those saved somewhere, and also some sticks and hay. I really like the hay one. Speaking of hay, we'll get a bit in here just to make the place look a bit more. If we drop this right down here, then it's coming out of that crate. We can have a little bit shrunk down. Just kind of... Ooh. Just kind of poking out. Good. So, what sort of thing are people going to be bringing in? There's explosives, there's all of this. Alright, chance to bring in a signature. Every map has its signature, a minimum of 1. So, what I'm thinking is they've been importing some. Let's find the label. There we go. Sack and sausage, fine vintage. Glorious. Love it. So, if they're bringing in a few of these bottles, different sizes, keep them kind of dotted around. Maybe someone's tried some. Which is the cheapest looking kind of glass? Going to use a mug. Battered tin mug. Someone's been drinking fine wine with a battered tin mug. Excellent. Good. There's some sandstone pebbles here that I like to use for a bit of detritus, kind of. Just a bit like coal. Just dot it around a bit. There we go. A couple of scattered bits of blare. That's a bit big. Alright, we'll put it in here first. Shrink it down, so we've just got a couple of bits of rock flopping about the place. A couple of bits of mess where people have been coming in, coming out. A bit of dirt on the floor. Zoom in on that. Get the pebbles down a bit. Bit of mud. There we go. Maybe we've got some shoes just kind of left to one side. Someone scraped the mud off. Or maybe the shoes were too recognisable and they've dumped them. Okay, so we've got some rope. Tent pegs I like using just as a kind of a random bit of metal something. Drop on the floor. Let's drop it down to night and chuck a couple of lanterns in. What I will do probably is use... Oh god, the size of this. It's a secret cave. I will use some of my own near invisible lights to keep some of this a bit better lit. I do find those handy for that. But lanterns, obviously very good for ambience. That's a posh word for me. They're going to be coming to take my lower class certificate off me for that. Okay. So we've got a bit of a light there. Bit of dirt, bit of dross. Let's chuck some tools on the wall. Ooh. Tools on the wall. What would be handy for people coming in? Oh, there they are. It's weird how when you start searching, sometimes there's a little bit, it starts you a bit higher up, or midway down the search. A bit unusual. Have some hooks to hang. You might need to hang some bags or something down. I'm going to drop that down, and then I'm going to attach a... I was going to attach a backpack to it, but that's getting a bit specific, so we'll just have a normal bag, kind of as if it's hanging off of it. Shrink it down. Little black bag. And there we go, it's hanging from there, just in case it's needed. Make a small one. Normal colour. Up you go. Very small one. Where's the wall? I've lost the wall, let alone everything else. Alright, there we are. Have you hanging from here? Okay. Come forward a bit. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. So, we've got... no, we haven't. We've still got a little bit of dross to put in here. Obviously we need a skull, because who doesn't? Ooh, a ledger. I do like a ledger. Or documents, forged documents. So we've got some piles of documents here. Put a little pile down there. A little signed fella up here. A scroll at the back. Get your skull out of the way, mate. Not very much. Bring that forward. Chuck a bit of ink. Gonna need some ink. Although I'm thinking maybe in the main room we can have a little table for people to mess around on. Okay, so I'm gonna get another signature here. This is a document written in the Dungeon Alchemist font. And this, it's a standard sell your soul to a demon lord, and the text refers to one of my players' characters from the previous campaign. Basically the text of a pact that he made, which is nice. Sac taught me most of what I know, especially early on. Mate, we all learn from each other. I appreciate that. That's very nice to say. There you go. There's a beer on the shelf for you. Help yourself. And if there's beer, there needs to be a beer stain. Where's the right colour? There we go. Spilled beer. Lovely. Pull it back a bit more. Shrink the... Oh, I love moss. There's... Alright. There's very little that moss can't do in this. There we go. So a nice bit of staining. Clumsy people. Good. So this room is... I mean, that room's basically sorted, isn't it? Cool. Secret doorway leading into... Well, this was going to be a... Let's have another secret door identical to this one. Just here. Alright, we need to rearrange where this room's going to be coming then. So, goes in that way. Aha! I've just thought. Before I forget, we're going to put a lever just floating there. And there. And there. Because I am going to forget, because I am an idiot. They are the way to open the door. We bury them in the wall somewhere. I mean, it's not a very secret door if there's a whacking great lever, but, you know. There we go. It could be hidden somewhere. Who knows? Obvious isn't necessarily terrible. Let's have it side on though, so it's not incredibly obvious. Yay! Is that too high for most people to reach? Yeah, who knows? Okay. Lever is going into the bookcase. There. So that will trigger that if we can hide it a bit better. What we need for this actually is to snap it to a wall. This wall is the only wall that I know of that will snap everything. This freestanding wall. It was absolutely life-saving. I love this wall. Right. There we go. We've got a bit of a smaller lever, which is a bit less obvious. Or at least as less obvious as a massive great lever poking out of a bookcase can be. Let's put another one there. Copy it over to this side. And here. And over here. Just have a smaller one. Big one. Get rid of the big one. Where's the other massive one? Oh, I didn't have one on that side. Cool. Massive thing. There we go. Sorted. So anything that you need shrunk down for the purposes of moving it around, lights, for example, if you double stack rooms, so let's say you've got freestanding wall that you want to double height a room, which I use quite a lot because I like a nice high wall. So if this is our wall and we got the double height there, we're going to break the Z axis first. I don't know why I say Z. That's the Americanized version. Yeah, I'm international. There we go. So there we got our double height rooms. But if we want lights, if you select a wall light, it will only attach to these walls. I've just realised my trick with this is irrelevant now. Anyway, doesn't matter. It's still good. So if you attach it, break the Z axis, and then you can attach it to a wall. You normally need to drop it down because quite a few of these, it's weird when they attach to the walls, the lower walls, they attach absolutely fine, but as soon as you try and get them on the upper walls, you have to wiggle them about a bit. You'll have to wiggle it just a little bit. I go by Hazy Vix in the Discord. I pay so little attention to anything. Sorry. We got a little space there. I've just realised I'm an absolute idiot. Nah, right. Absolute wally brain. Right, we'll attach those on there. Oh god, foolish boy that I am. Can we attach this to this wall instead? Yeah, free placement just makes things a bit easier really, doesn't it? There we go, we'll have the little one there. If the door opens, well, I guess they're getting clobbered. What we'll do instead, we'll leave that as somewhere for people to put their coats, and we'll just put some, ooh, got caps lock on, bag, capital bag. We'll leave that somewhere to put the people to put their coats on, and we'll just chuck some bags on the floor around here. Smaller one in black. There we go. What are people going to have on here? A couple of coins. Stick a couple of coins on. There we go. So, this room sorted, done, dusted. In here. So if this is going to be... Well, I was thinking somewhere to sort of sleep and chill out, but a planning room. Can we get a big chunky table? Oh, tables are the bane of my life. And I can never remember what the one I want is. Bit big. Maybe if we can have just like a little table. If that door's there, people... A little planning table there, and then we can have a couple of, just like a little couple of bedrolls just on the floor for people. Might be nice. We'll bung this on the wall. Just, how high is that? Not very good. Keeps everyone included. On there. I wonder if we double up this table, if we just make it a bit bigger, we can have a nice corner table where, why have I searched for map? Alright, I don't want to make it too specific. This is my problem. These needs to be simple and easy for anyone to just pick up. There needs to just not be big specific things like maps and whatnot. So we'll have just some piles of parchment that people are messing around with. Right, bung these up at the back, tuck them in a corner, have a little fella there. I'm going to make an exception for this because this is a signature. Ever since I had a couple of maps pinched. Oh, actually I could do it on there. Ever since I had a couple of maps pinched, I've tended to chuck signatures in, sneaky ones as well, but you know, makes you feel a bit better if you know that if someone tries to sell your maps on, you can say, well, I can prove that it's mine because there is, for example, a tiny Eliza under the table. Come on, go. Under you go. Go on. Let's break the Z-axis and then tuck you right under. There you go. And then we've got... she usually has a bottle of wine with her. But we'll have a bottle of wine just on the table for people. And we'll also have this one, a shrunken version. I can't see where the hell she is now. Where's the doll? Eliza? Yeah, she'll be around there somewhere. Let's check. Ah, close enough. There we go. Sneaky signature. Not going to be seen by anyone using the map, but you know it's there and it's a bit of a comfort, if nothing else. Okay, so not necessarily a dagger, put a knife on the table. No, dagger's a bit more skull and crossbones. Couple of chairs. Simple ones. The table's a bit naff anyway. Always like to put at least one chair a bit askew. So otherwise, I mean, if you end up with perfectly placed chairs like that, it doesn't look lived in. Just chuck a little cushion on, because Smuggler Dave has got hemorrhoids. There we go. He doesn't like to sit down on a hard chair. There's a mug, another couple of mugs, and that'll do for keeping things simple. In fact, we're going to move this slightly to one side as well. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to put a little cash box on here. Open it up. There's a few coins inside. And we're just going to spill a couple of coins out onto the table. And what I'm going to do here is move a chair. Thank you. Big fan of detail. Going to move a chair and chuck a signature under the table. And if there's a sack, there needs to be a sausage for my partner, who comes up with the best of ideas. I've said in the past that she is the Imagineer in a Disney kind of sense. She is the Imagineer and I'm the Engineer. All the best things on our maps usually start with the words, "This is going to be mad, but," or "We probably can't do this, but." That's when something excellent is coming, and I look forward to those moments. So, great big thingy on the wall. What could we have on the wall? The walls are a bit dull and blank. I'm thinking maybe make them wooden panelled like that one, because are you really going to be bringing down a plasterboard? A bit of walling. It keeps it consistent as well. I do quite like the floor. We need to do something with the floor in here. This needs to be... I quite like it now though. Who's going to be coming down to do tiling? I think that's the issue. Who's going to be tiling down here? But so it's just going to be carved out of stone. Is there natural rock that looks okay? Yeah, well, I mean, that doesn't look too bad, does it? Oh, that's good enough. That's fine. That, I think, is fine. We will do some wood in... It's weird that wood comes under artificial, but I suppose it makes sense. If we can have some slightly knackered wood. Cartographer, good to see you. How are you? Let's try some slightly destroyed wood. See if that works. And because this this pattern repeats quite a lot, we're just going to drop in a couple of the other ruined woods. Hey, welcome back from nap. Naps are the best thing in the world. Cool. Anything planned? Any big excursions or anything? Ah, team nap. Bonus. Right. Now, we were going to have a couple of little sleeping areas. Ah. That sounds good to me. Right. We could have... Nah, I mean, that's the level of plans I like these days. In my younger days, back in the day, back in the 90s when I was young. I wasn't. I was about to say I wasn't that young. I was very young in the 90s. Even younger in the 80s. That's how time works. So this is. In fact, I'm going to save this because, sweet Mary, I have not saved this at all. We'll call it Smugglers Cove, and it'll be 22 by 22. So, Smugglers Cove. Yeah, this is in a cave map. Save that. So this is a sneaky Smugglers Cove. Haven't sorted out the little landing area yet, but we've got a couple of secret doors for smugglers to make use of. And then up here there will be a ladder or something, possibly to, I don't know, a tavern inside a warehouse, something like that. Be handy. So we've got secret. Ooh, that's something we need to do before the this room gets decorated. We need this wall to be exposed, and we can hide this one slightly. There we go. So we need to bring this out. I think I know the ones you mean. I quite like. Obviously, I can't put a doodah up, but because it will wreck the mic. But yeah, we'll have a little ladder or steps going. Actually, there's some of the hewn stairs are quite good. I love the Gothic stairs. I've been using those a lot lately, but the hewn stairs. There we go. There's the ones I was thinking of. Is it these ones? That's a really nice ladder. In fact, I'm going to leave that one there because what I can do, maybe if we lower the terrain very slightly here, flatten it out. Nope, not going to do that. I've just remembered it will mess with the cave ceilings. I'm going to leave that one there. So people having a bit of a nap in here. I suppose the most space-saving ways would be a hammock. So we could have hammocks, or maybe this might be fun. If we add a small, what am I searching for? Platform, a small wooden platform. If we add a small wooden platform, shrink this down, or just drop it down. No, I want to shrink it down because I want it half the size-ish. So, small wooden platform. I'm thinking a raised platform area. And then we can just chuck some crates and bags and things under it. So we've got, spin it round so it's a bit less uniform. So we've got a little raised platform area. Let's get that ladder because this ladder is quite handy. We'll shrink it down into the floor. Just keep it as a, raise it up. I wonder if we put this at this end. When that door comes in, it's not going to mess with that. No, it's not. Good. So we've got a little bit of a sleeping area up here that I'm thinking. Just to, I know I'm meant to be keeping it all simple, but this is me we're talking about. So we're going to search for a banister. There's some good wooden banisters up here. That there's a slightly more solid one. That's the one I'm after. So what we'll do is we'll raise this up so it can stand on mountains. Just so it's a bit of an edge. Treat your smugglers like you treat your teenagers. Don't trust them when it comes to walls and safety. Mind you, I've got a nephew who fell off of a literally fell off a mountain, didn't so much as injure himself more than a few bumps and scrapes. And then 2 days later he fell out of bed and shattered his collarbone. Ruined tavern options? Oh bums, this has gone all the way over. Nah. I didn't know there were ruined tavern options. Oh yes. Let's attach this in here. We'll just merge it up a bit. Yeah, there's some good broken furniture in there. It's very handy. What I'm going to do, I'm going to move this over actually so that it doesn't need to be quite so. No, there's also a couple of chairs and things where even though there's broken chairs and broken tables, they don't actually match any of the non-broken ones quite so well. There's some good matches, but there's a couple of things that I'd like more broken pottery and things like that. That'd be nice. So what are we going to have up here? Bedrolls. Jesus, that's massive. Come on now. How many people are sleeping there? No. I'll tell you what. We'll make our own. Let's do it live. We'll use a rug. I'm thinking rug or even the skin. Like a bear skin. No, leg sticking out the side. No. No, we'll just use a rug. Maybe one that's not that massive. Alright. So. A couple of bits of rug. Yeah. Everything's designed for a certain amount of space, and beds don't always fit into that. So I just thought, if I put some planks coming out, you could just have beds at the side. But yeah, this'll do. This'll do. We'll work with this. One of my favourite assets, the used towel that looks like a massive bit of a bed. You know, covers and whatnot. We'll have a few of those. Just they can kind of be bed covers. There we go. A couple of people, enough space there. Dirty pillow chucked on the end. Just have that on there. I like a bit of mess, so we'll just drop a pillow down there as well. Where's a book gone? Oh, little shelf. We're going to want a shelf. Up it comes. Little shelf. Down you go. Down you go a bit more. Push it right in so that there's only a little dollop coming out. Because that's where we're going to put a small lantern. Bang it on here as well. Small lantern. I'm going to rotate these so that this bed is a bit more... Oh, I've lost one. There we go. Someone's had it away with this one. We've got a nice lantern. Oh, it's a comfy looking smuggler's hideout. What we'll do is we'll put a couple of old, if I can spell the word barrel, which apparently I can't, we'll put a couple of old barrels and things under here. And a crate. Crate there, make it a bit smaller. Put one here. There we go. So that's where people are just going to doss around the place a bit. Good, makes it a bit more lived in. These walls, do we need things on this wall? Just a little shelf for someone to rest a weapon. Yes. Old bookshelf, there we go. A bit high. Maybe have hello, I've put a bookshelf somewhere weird. Good. Right, where does that door open? Will that smack that bookshelf? Nowhere near. Excellent. We will have a broken mirror on the wall, mirrors on the ceiling, possibly pink champagne on ice, just so people can check out how snazzy they look. Bung a little morning star. Just on there. What else would you need if you were a smuggler? Well, all of the rope and everything is in the other room, so let's just bung some on over here so that you'd know where to go. And a chest, because if your players are coming in here, you're going to want a chest for them to... Does that open the right way? Yeah. You're going to want a chest for them to open up. Oh, that one doesn't have an option for things in it. Huh. Interesting. Alright then. See if I care. So, we have a nice interior room. Let's turn the lights off. Chuck another little oil lamp on. There. Put the lights back up. Right, we've got a lever on there ready for... Will that get squished? No. Good. We've got a lever here for this door, which doesn't smash the oil lamp, which is probably for the best. Let's move it along a little bit. Uh-huh. Let's try. Can you not steal some of the bed? Thanks very much. Come on the shelf. There you go. Good sausage. Good. So we've got a little hideout with a raised sleeping area. And what does a raised sleeping area need for some big brave kidnappers? A little dolly hiding down here. Ha 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 ha. With a bottle of signature. Good dolly. Won't be seen on the map, but very handy to just plop on there. Excellent. So, room done. In fact, the entire inside done, apart from just chucking this in here, sorting out the raised area. Ooh, let's carve that out a bit more. just here, just to get it right on time. Lever poking out of the... Do we have that poking out of the cave wall? That's very low. Let's just get that up a bit and have it. That's slightly annoying. Do it on this side. It's a bit more straight. There we go. Wow, subtle. Good. So, I'm going to get rid of these stalagmites around here. We've got a cave that we're going to just add a bit more in here, carve it out so it's... I mean, realistically, if you're carving a cave or whatever, you're going to do what you need to. You're not going to spend forever making it perfect. So that will be more than enough for most people. If they're coming down, good. So we've got a good stairway to heaven, maybe. Comes down, stairs up. If we can... I'm going to duplicate this and raise it up to make it a bigger ladder, because it's slightly annoying me that it's not all the way to the top. Oh wow, that's... yeah, nah. I'll tell you what, let's get this one out as far as we need it, to say there, and then bring the other one out to meet it. That's what we need. Ish. Move it over slightly to fit. Let's just have a look at this in. Right, so that is very obvious that it's two thingies. That's not necessarily a bad thing, because what we can do... Actually, let's lower it down a bit and then see where we are. Put it out a bit. If it does look very tacked on, it doesn't particularly at the moment, but what we can do is just get a bit of rope, tie it round so that it looks... break the vertical axis, and then just put it on so that it looks lashed together. Do that on either side. Push that through there. There we go. And then suddenly, what looks like me being clumsy is fine. For a given value of fine, obviously. So we're probably going to want a bit of light down here. We will just get a couple of lights to go on the wall. Break the vertical lock. Pin that round. We're going to put these down to about half intensity, because some of the light will be controlled by some invisible lighting that I'm going to put in. Although this might actually look good for a bit of... Oh no, that's absolutely fine. Bit of ambient light, that's fine. Doesn't need any more than that. So, I don't actually think this room needs a huge more than that either. a huge more than that. Wow, good job me. The word amount should be in there. Shall we find it? Let's not. Put a bit of a light there. Plop. Don't like that there. What would help is if I rotated this so there's a bit of a space at the end. We can just plop another small lantern that will just cover that edge. There we go. So we've got a nice little area in here. I'm wondering whether I'm going to need to bother putting any of my invisible lights in at all. Now, I'm not going to want any lights out here because this is the sneaky, sneaky secret entrance. Yeah. Cool. Do you know what? We're so close to being finished. It's slightly bonkers. One sec. Where did I put my drink? Done. Lovely jubbly. So, the only thing left to do now is the way in. So we're going to need a way to actually get into this place. Alright, we'll try some steps. I am so bad at steps. I am absolutely terrible. Now, how does that look as a... Ooh, that works. Yeah. Alright, let's see what we can do with steps. Oh boy. Yeah. Okay, let's go with a stone block. Something that will... Ooh. Oh, I like that. Make that a bit bigger. Oh, hello. Ha-ha. Obviously we're going to need somewhere to tie the... I almost said horse. No, not horse. The boat. That's the thing. Jesus. My brain is absolutely awful. Rotate. Stagger it down a bit. It's doing weird things with the height. Okay. So if we're coming out... Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've... The things that we had to do before the Z-axis fix update came out. Slightly bonkers. Let's choose a different one. Plop. Make you bigger. Ooh, marble benches. That's a good idea. Nice. That's very... Yeah, I always ended up trying to do these... Trying to do it like this with... So you got a bit there, and so I always start from the top, and you got a bit there, and then come down a bit, and then come down a bit, and then come down a bit, and then come down a bit. And it just looks so naff and horrible. I can do details, I can't do terrain. That's definitely not my strong point. So down, let's make this a bit bigger, because this can be a bit more of a step. Yeah. Yes, Vanyakos. A small dock. Let's bung in. I used to have all the things I use most on my favourites, but there were so many of them. Right. I mean, it does make it slightly less secret, but on the other side, who cares? It's going to be more use in reality. You got to have somewhere to. Is it just me, or does that look naff? Just at the waterline there. Let's bring that out, and then chuck another step before we get to the bottom. As people are going to have to, they're going to be humping big, chunky, I don't know, whatever they've smuggled. They're going to be humping all of that stuff around the place. How are we looking with? Right, put those two. Hello, where have I gone? Over here. Put those two in, up a bit, so that's lodge. These two up. And then we can drop another one down. Just so it actually reaches. Perhaps. Make it a bit thinner, because we can always double it up. There we go, there's a bit of damage on it as well, where they have to be careful. Right, how are we looking here? Can a token actually get up there? That's the question. Jesus, put me back. Stop stealing me. And I'm also just gonna tuck this in here to give the impression of a solid stone all the way through. Okay, so we're going to need a pole. So for the purposes of actually using the map, do I stick a boat on, tied up, or is it more useful just to have the dock there? Because then, I mean, there's tokens that can be used on Roll20, Foundry, Fantasy Grounds, all of that lot for boats. If I put a boat on, it kind of restricts, you know, the boat's already there. So I don't know whether to put one in or not. I'm going to put a sunken one in, definitely. We're going to chuck a couple of rocks down just under the water. Because it's not going to be an easy place to navigate. What do we got? What do we got? Massive, chunky great rock there. So we got huge great rock here. Oh right, that's just blocking everything. That's too big. But that could easily be where someone has hit and been a bit wrecked. Let's put this big rock just poking out, just by the side. Give a bit of a suggestion of this place being a bit more dangerous. We'll have one over here. That will be where we'll have the sunken rock. That's a bit big. Let's just sink you into there. Sink you down here a bit. Couple of rocks sunken into the walls, just poking out. There we go. So we'll walk through underwater. Not too bad. That's just enormous. That needs to go. That's blocking the entire. Where was it? There. That's just blocking everything. That's a bit daft. There we go. A little bit poking out. Bit over here. Sink that down. There we go. Right. Get a sunken. God, I thought that was a doll there. Bit weird. Not that there's not going to be a doll in here. Of course there is. Boat. Have an upside down wrecked boat somewhere near the end. If we can get it so that there's some rocks poking between it, that would be very... There we go. That's been absolutely wrecked. We need to move that rock that's kind of poking through it though. That one. Put that to one side. Sink it down. And then just as an extra signature... No, Eliza's not visible there. We are going to put her inside the boat though. Here she be. Let's just get her ready on here. We want her facing this way, shrunken quite a bit. She needs to be inside there. There we go. Good. Couple of bones. Ooh, we'll have a skull. Just tucked at the bottom, near the rock. And a little plank just floating from where that's sunk. Just tucked against a wall so that it's not too dramatic. Don't want to distract from everything else. Cool. I'm not going to put a boat in here, but I am going to put a bollard for it to be moored to a mooring pole. That's the word I'm after. Just at the end. slightly. Ooh, it's very tempting to put a little lantern on there. Because it's, I mean, it's quite obvious now, isn't it? If you come in through there, it's quite obvious there's something going on. But that's fine. Cool. So, what I'm going to do, we'll just have a little bit of a look through, a bit of a walk through maybe, and see if everything looks okay. I'm going to save it. If so, I think I will, let's put the cave ceiling back over here. I think I will, there we go, export it, chuck it up somewhere, and give anyone the link who wants it, and that will be a bit of a quick preview kind of thing. Not preview, you'll get the maps, but you know what I mean. It will go up on the Patreon. I'm kind of done and ready up until early March. I've made all the maps ready for then because I wanted to give myself a few weeks holiday, well, not holiday, just a few weeks break, so I don't burn out. But I might fit it in on, what day is it? Tomorrow, Tuesday. I mean, I could put it on. No, I won't do it tomorrow. It will go up as a proper map a week Tuesday. What I'll do, I'll put it on Google Drive, and I'll include all the maps, so that anyone who's watching gets a bit of a sneaky, you know, if you're not on the Patreon, that's fine. You'll get a proper little preview of what's in the main packs, in the main tiers and things like that. And if actually, I'll put it on a Google Drive. I'll share the link in here. If you keep an eye on the Google Drive, I will put the full map pack on there, and that'll be a sneaky full map pack just for people that were here. Okay, so what I'll do, we'll export it. 22 by 22. No, we need to have a walkthrough first, make sure it's not knacked. Okay, so the dock works. The steps, only if I jump up them. Bums. I told you I'm rubbish with steps. Alright, that door needs to go around the other way. If you're carrying lots of dodgy stuff, you'll just have to jump. Oh, in here as well. Oh no, we're in. Okay, okay. All of the bitses and bobses. Everything's up. Close the door. Move those hooks along slightly because they're getting in the way of the door. Let's try now. Oh good, there we go. Sorted. So now we've got our secret door here. Where's the lever? Alright. There was a lever there. I put it there. Nurse. Nurse, it's happening again. Alright. I'll put it back. Let's see if I don't. Go on, get in there. Properly. Stop being awkward. My mouse won't move the tiny amounts I need it to. There we go. That'll do. Right, there we go. We've got a nice big lever. Oh, I wonder what that does. Yeah. Lovely. Ha ha ha. Oh, you can see the bottle under there. And Eliza. Good. So we got a nice table. Oh, I look beautiful. I'm a vampire. Up to the sleepy area. No. Zzz. Could do with something just on that little shelf. Maybe I'll put a little book on there. Then through the door. What? Alright, there's a rock poking through there for reason. And up there, we've got that lashed together. Okay, so only issues are, apart from Sherlock now apparently levitating, only issue is this rock wall being weird. That is actually the cave wall. That's not actually anything to do with... okay. Didn't realise that. There we go. That'll get rid of it. And just put on here... chuck a little book for people to read. Just make the place look a little bit more lived in. A couple of coins. There we go. Save. Well, I think that is pretty grand. I'm happy with that. It's nice and simple. Didn't take forever. Let's do some exports. Smuggler's Cave. What's it? No. Save as light version. Export. Oh, that's a nice little... I like the way there's a rock wall at the bottom. So it's more of a passage than just an open bit of water. Right, maps. High quality, 150, 72. What do we do with grid? Keep a light grid on. Let's turn it down a bit because there's very few people actually use the grid, but there are one or two of the patrons who've said they like the grid being on. I think they're ones who use maps on tabletop, so it saves them having to put a grid on, which is fine. It's no issue. Bung that on, that's absolutely fine. So there's some... haven't done a map export. Map? Video, that's the word. My brain's broken. Happened in 1982. Okay. So we're going to bring the light up a little bit. It's night time, but you still need to see what's going on. That's alright, I think. That kind of works. Save as night. Or dark, as the case may be. Export the maps. Smuggler's Cave. Dark. No grid. High quality. High quality is the 150 dpi. Low quality is 72 dpi. When you get the link, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put the, for the moment, until I've got all the other stuff in, I'm going to put the map files in, and then I will add all of the other stuff that normally goes into the top tier Patreon. So it's a bit of a tester as well. If anyone sees it and thinks, I would like some of that. Okay, I'm just going to make the Google Drive folder. We'll put it in. new folder. Smugglers Cove. Cheeky freebie. Haha. It's a cave, not a cove. What's the difference between a cove and a cave? Apart from a vowel. Okay, let's drop these in. Smuggler's Cave. All of the maps going in. Let's get the link. Anyone with the link can see this. Smuggler's Cave. Alright, let's get you the link. It's 22 by 22. Share with anyone with the link. Copy link. And that is now... Really? Oh, God, I've got to go onto my own Twitch to... my own Twitch to type in the bleeding thing. Alright. Try it. My own Twitch to type in the... No! Heard myself. Don't like. Do not like. Okay, hopefully... if someone can just test that to... so that I can check that that works for everyone. If you want to keep an eye on that link, on that folder, that is where I will put all of the stuff. So you will get you'll get the DAM file, which means you can open it in Dungeon Alchemist. That is the program I'm using. It is excellent. Thank you, Dirty Rollers. Link worked. Excellent. I will put the animated maps in there. The existing maps are already in there. I will also do a variant. I've no idea what it is, but I'll do one. Actually, I've no idea what a variant would be. Something. A river of blood or something, I don't know. Anyway, whatever it is, we'll do that. Maybe haunted version, that'd be nice. So it's an old cove. Make it a bit cobwebby. It's been abandoned. Yeah, that sounds something useful. There will be the maps. There will be the map for the variant when I make that. There will be animated maps. There will also be a folder of first-person views and videos, images and videos for immersion. There will be VTT exports for Above VTT, Foundry, Fantasy Grounds, Roll20, and also a Universal VTT, which works on a lot of basically everything else. Owlbear Rodeo, and I can't remember other ones. There's, if you're a member of somewhere like letsroll.com, where they license my maps every so often. So if you're a member of there, you've a premium member, you've had big piles of my maps already, which is lovely. They use the Universal VTT. Anything else that will be in there? My firstborn? I don't know. No, probably just that. Cool. So I'm going to wrap up for now. We'll put it back to put it back on here. We'll have a quick walk to have a quick look through while we're here. Let's see if we can find Eliza under the water. There she is. Lovely. Good. Now, can we get back up there? There's the question. Haha. Yes, we can. No, we can't. Come on. Get to... Ah! There we go. Thank you, Dirty Rollers. It's been nice to have you in. I hope it's not been too meh. In we go. Secret door. Sneaky area. And out. Lovely. Well, thank you for everyone. Thank you everyone who popped in, had a chat, had a watch. A few people lurking. That's lovely. I hope you were able to, at least, if nothing else, get a few free maps. If you use them, I hope they work okay. Any feedback? Always very happy to hear that. But I'm just going to jump on the Twitch and link to the Patreon because I am shameless. If anyone, there's free options on there, so anyone who wants to just mess around, pick up the freebies, please do. If you fancy supporting me, that's magnificent, and I will love you forever. Terms and conditions apply. But until next time, whenever that is, I don't do these very often, but you know, it's a bit of a laugh. Until next time, thank you everyone. Have a fantastic evening, and I'll see you soon. Take care.